from Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We have a couple of light snow showers falling across mid-Michigan this evening. Notice even more in the way of activity off to our west over near Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo. So this precipitation is going to continue for the next couple of hours, but we do look to dry things out just in time for our Thursday. Temperature-wise, we're at 26 degrees in Lansing and Mason, 24 our current temperature down in Jackson, in the low 20s in places like Hillsdale, as well as over off to our southeast in the city of Adrian. We are going to taper off these snow showers overnight tonight, then some very chilly temperatures move in. We're talking about overnight lows potentially in the mid to low teens as we kick off the day tomorrow. More details in just a bit. 6 News at 5:30 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 5:30.
Right now at 5:30, one of the victims in a mass stabbing incident at a Walmart in Traverse City is now suing the store. Plus, burglars rammed their vehicle into a barber shop in LA and get away with tools and a beloved cat. And a breaking and entering suspect was found passed out inside the business after it got into the liquor bottles. Those stories and a lot more and all in the first 6 minutes. Thank you for joining us. I'm Siobhan Klepfer. Let's go ahead and start that clock. And we begin tonight with an update in the mass stabbing case at a Walmart in Traverse City that happened back in July. Aaron Bodott has filed a lawsuit against the retail giant in Grand Traverse County. He was one of 11 people prosecutors say Bradford Gilly stabbed at the store. Nobody died, but several people were seriously injured. Gilly was found not competent to stand trial and is now in a psychiatric treatment facility. Lawyers for Bodott say store employees should have taken action when Gilly was behaving erratically before the stabbings and that they did not follow the company's safety policies. A statement from Walmart says it's reviewing the lawsuit. In Presque Isle County, Michigan State Police are asking for the public's help in identifying a body that washed ashore along the Lake Huron coast. A man's body was found last Wednesday outside a home near the lake. Police say the man was about 5'6" and weighed 165 pounds. They do not suspect foul play and say the man has been dead between 3 months and 3 years. Anyone with information is asked to call the MSP Alpena Post. In Georgia, a days-long manhunt for an escaped inmate is now over. The Rockdale County Sheriff announced today that Timothy Shane was back in custody. Officials say the 52-year-old fugitive escaped from Grady Memorial Hospital in Atlanta on Monday following a suicide attempt and stole 2 vehicles and a handgun while on the run. Authorities tracked him down this morning about 35 miles outside the city after people in a neighborhood reported he was knocking on doors in the area.
Covington Police Department and units in the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office, we began checking that area when we came upon an abandoned residence. And when they went into that residence, that's where they located inmate Shane.
Shane was initially arrested last month after a high-speed chase sparked by a suspected kidnapping. He was booked on several charges, including possession of a firearm and reckless driving. Also in Georgia, the FBI seized almost 1,600 pounds of crystal methamphetamine from the Atlanta area. Investigators say during a news conference the drugs appear to have come into the U.S. from Mexico and were hidden in 2 shipments of blackberries. Their estimated value is more than $22 million. The FBI says it has arrested 2 people, and tonight they're charged with intent to distribute drugs. Police also say Atlanta is a hub for drug distribution, with several cartels operating in that area. Well, look at this. After 3 people were apparently caught on camera ramming a truck into a barber shop in Los Angeles to steal equipment, they can also be seen taking a cage with a cat inside from the shop. This happened on November 27th. The cat named Simba is the owner's pet and a mascot for the shop, beloved by customers. The owner says he cares less about the thousands of dollars in equipment that was taken than getting Simba back. Now, police are still investigating this case. Lawyers representing the families of 2 people killed in a UPS cargo plane crash last month filed 2 wrongful death lawsuits against the company today. Those lawsuits argue UPS was trying to save money and aircraft downtime by keeping old, tired planes in the air while not increasing the number of inspections. Federal investigators say they found cracks where engines attached to the plane's wings, including the engine that detached during takeoff, causing that fiery crash. 14 people were killed. The engine maker, General Electric, is also named in the lawsuits. UPS and GE both say they do not comment on pending litigation. Government officials in Malaysia say they're going to restart the search for Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, which disappeared over the Indian Ocean back in 2014. The plane disappeared from radar not long after taking off from Kuala Lumpur on its way to Beijing, taking 239 passengers and crew with it. Before the plane vanished, it turned away from its planned flight path. The government is working with U.S.-based deep-sea robotics company Ocean Infinity in the search. In Hong Kong, the death toll from a high-rise apartment fire that broke out last week is now at 159 people. 30 people are still missing. The fire took more than 40 hours to be extinguished. Police recently finished a search for bodies in all 7 towers that were affected by this fire. The complex was undergoing renovations before the fire, and smoke detectors might have been disabled. Investigators say substandard netting and foam boards contributed to how fast this fire spread. Back here in the U.S., Dr. Salvador Plasencia will spend 2.5 years in prison, sentenced today for his role in the death of actor Matthew Perry. The actor died of a drug overdose in 2023. Plasencia pleaded guilty to selling ketamine to Perry, although not the dose that killed him. The doctor is the first of 5 people convicted in the case to be sentenced. In the nation's capital, the Pentagon's Inspector General has found that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth put U.S. personnel and their mission at risk when he used the Signal messaging app to convey sensitive information. It was about a military strike against Houthi militants in Yemen. In at least 2 separate Signal chats, Hegseth provided the exact timings of warplane launches and when bombs would drop before the service members carrying out those attacks were airborne. Hegseth's use of the app came to light when reporter Jeffrey Goldberg of The Atlantic was accidentally added to the text chain. The report was delivered to Congress today. In Indonesia, 51 couples exchanged vows in a mass Muslim wedding that happened at a ceremony in a large mosque. Most of the couples were able to marry through a program designed to help those facing financial barriers. They were given a dowry, food packages, wedding gifts, and even a photo session. Organizers also helped couples get through the administrative and paperwork process. And wrapping up the first 6 minutes of news, a raccoon got inside a store in Virginia, found the booze, and the party started. When police responded to a call about the break-in, they found the bandit sleeping it off on the floor of a bathroom. The raccoon was taken to be checked out and after sobering up was released. I know, the picture. It was released back into the wild, Kendall. Oh, he almost made it to the toilet or the trash can.
Yeah, you can't really just tell where he was deciding to go after drinking that much. You know, he's like the middle sounds like a good idea there.
Left a good little mess too.
Oh,
yeah,
and he's all sprawled out there too.
That's too funny.
Yeah, well, we're going to need to find a way to stay warm over the course of the next several nights, Siobhan. We have several overnight lows in the single digits and maybe some sub-zero wind chills as well.
Oh, okay, it hurts. It's December.
I know.
Here we go. Thank